Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In the last class, that is yesterday, we have discussed about Bohr's atomic model. Now continuation of the same, that is valency. Yesterday we have seen that in the first shell there can be 2 electrons, in the second shell 8, in the third 18 and at the last 32 electrons. So what is valency? Every element try to get 8 electrons in its outermost shell. Every element except the first shell, every element try to get 8 electrons in its outermost shell. And if it has 8 electrons in its outermost shell, it is called as octet configuration, having 8 electrons in its outermost shell. Outermost shell is also called as valence shell. If an element has 8 electrons in its valence shell, then that element is said to be having octet configuration and that element is found to be stable. It is also called as noble gas. If they don't have 8 electrons, they try to get 8 electrons either by losing or by gaining of electrons. So the number of electrons which take part in the stability either by gaining or by losing, that is the combining capacity of an element, is said to be its valency. How? Let us see. Let us take an example of sodium. Sodium whose atomic number is 11. So how we are going to write its electronic configuration? Electronic configuration of sodium. How we will write? As we all know that in first shell, how many electrons can be accommodated? Only 2. So in the first shell, I have given 2 electrons. Remaining in the second shell, I can accommodate 8 electrons. Right? Now, for how many electrons are left with us? Only 1 electron. So, in the third shell, how many electrons I can place? 1 electron. That means, in the K shell, 2, L shell, 8 and M shell, 1 electron. Now, what I have told that an element tries to get 8 electrons in its valence shell. Valence shell in the sense outermost shell. Now, this sodium needs 1 electron in its valence shell. So, to get 8 electrons in its valence shell, either it has to gain 7 electrons or it has to lose 1 electron. If it will gain the 7 electron, there will be 8 electrons in its valence shell, or else it will lose this 1 electron. Then it will be left with 8 electrons in its valence shell. So gaining 7 electrons, how it will gain the 7 electrons? It has to ask for the 7 electrons to other elements. So any element will not give 7 electrons to any element, isn't it? So what it will do? It will try to lose this 1 electron. Sodium gives 1 electron to other elements. Now if it will give the 1 electron to other element, it becomes Na plus with the electronic configuration 2, 8. This sodium has given 1 electron to other element and now it has left with 2, 8. 8 electrons in its valence shell. Hence the sodium becomes stable. Now how it got Na plus charge? Why he got plus charge? In the Bohr's model we have seen that every element has equal number of electrons and protons. That means sodium has 11 electrons and 11 protons. Any element can donate the electron but not the proton. As it has given the 1 electron, now it has been left with 10 electrons. That means now sodium is having 10 minus charge and 11 plus charge. 10 electrons, 11 protons. So 10 minus charge and 11 plus charge. Now if you see this plus charge, that is proton, is dominating. It is more. By how much? Just one number. So it will get plus 1 upon itself. And it forms Na plus. Such charged species, if any element has plus charge or minus charge upon themselves, they are called ions. If an element gets plus charge, minus charge upon itself, it is called ions. In ions also we have two types. One is cation and another one is anion. What is cation? If a species has plus charge, it is called cation. And if the species has minus charge, it is called anion. So here sodium with a plus charge is forming a cation. So this one electron which it has donated to get the stability is called its valency. We will try to acquire more knowledge regarding this valency and valence in the next video. If you have liked it, kindly like it, share and subscribe.